You're about to make a financial decision that can cost you over $300,000 without even realizing it. And the worst part? Both options feel right. Buying a house or renting and investing the difference. Everyone has an opinion. Your parents say, buy. The internet says rent and invest. And both sides sound convincing. But when you actually run the numbers, one of these choices starts to look less like a smart move and more like a trap. And if you're not careful, you'll pick the one that keeps you stuck for decades. So, let's break it down. At first, renting looks like the obvious winner. You pay less every month. No maintenance, no unexpected repairs. Your money stays flexible. And if you invest what you don't spend, it starts growing. Slowly at first, but consistently. And that feels good. It feels smart. It feels like control. Meanwhile, buying a house feels heavy. You're putting down a huge chunk of cash. You're locking yourself into a 30-year mortgage. And in the beginning, most of your payment goes straight to interest. Not ownership, not freedom, just interest. So, in the first few years, renting usually wins. And that's exactly why most people stop thinking right there. But that's the mistake, because there's something happening in the background. Something quiet, something almost invisible, that completely changes the outcome over time. While rent keeps going up, year after year, your mortgage payment stays mostly the same. And inflation? It slowly makes that fixed payment feel smaller, easier, lighter. But that's not even the real advantage. The real shift comes from something most people don't fully understand. Leverage. When you buy a house, you're not just investing your money, you're controlling a much bigger asset. So when that asset goes up in value, the gain is based on the full price of the house, not just your initial cash. That means your money is working on a larger scale than it would in most investments. And over time, that starts to compound in a very different way. Now fast forward a few years. Rent keeps rising, quietly, consistently. No finish line, no ceiling, just up. And that flexibility you had in the beginning starts shrinking. Meanwhile, the house keeps appreciating. The loan balance slowly goes down, and something shifts. Not overnight, not dramatically, but enough to change the direction of the game. And this is the part most people underestimate, because they focus on what's happening now, instead of what keeps happening later. Fast forward even further. Now we're talking long-term, and this is where things get uncomfortable. Because rent never ends. It doesn't matter how long you pay. There's no finish line, no moment where it's done. You just keep going, forever. But a mortgage? It ends. And when it does, everything changes. Your cost of living drops. Your financial pressure drops. And for the first time, you're not just maintaining your life, you're actually gaining control over it. And that's where the gap becomes obvious. Now, does that mean buying is always the better move? No. And this is where most people get it wrong again. Because there are situations where renting wins. If you're moving within a few years, buying can cost you more than it gives you. If you're in an extremely expensive market, the numbers might not work. And if you actually invest consistently, with discipline, renting can outperform. But here's the problem. Most people don't invest the difference. They spend it. Lifestyle creeps in, and the advantage disappears. So the real trap isn't renting, and it isn't buying. The trap is making a long-term decision, based only on what feels cheaper today. Because this game is not about the next year. It's about the next 20, the next 30. And if you don't think that far ahead, you're not making a decision. You're reacting. And that's exactly how people stay stuck. Welcome to the financial maze. Most people never escape because they never realize they're inside one. Comment one word: house or freedom. I want to see how you think before you see the full picture.